ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the APA Pool Player Championships from here at Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. I'm Jason Bowman, joined by the lovely striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Ava?
Yeah.
Doubleheader today on Cinco de Mayo, right? We
Yep.
had the wheelchair championship this morning. We're going to cap off the night with 8-ball doubles.
And this should not disappoint. This is what thousands, tens of thousands of players play for across the country, Canada, Japan, now China. I mean, this is going to be a big deal. Everybody wanting to make it to this spot right here.
Yep, so it should be an exciting finale in the 8-ball doubles championship. Let's meet our teams. We've got from Bridgeport, Connecticut, the team, the Kings of Pool, and their opponents are out of Cleveland, Ohio. Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka.
Boom
That's
Shakalaka.
a good name.
And we've got, of course, APA rules apply here in the doubles championship. Can be any combination of men and women, but we're going to see all men on both teams here in the final. Players do alternate shots, not turns. So each time I make a ball, then it's Ava's turn. Each time Ava makes a ball, it's my turn. So, and we've got a skill level combination for the Kings of Pool of 10 and a skill level combination of 11 for Boom Shakalaka, which means 3-4 race.
3-4 race.
Kings of Pool need 3 wins. Boom Shakalaka needs 4 wins. I think they are just about ready to go. The referee has racked the balls. The teams are ready, just waiting on our thumbs up. And it looks like we are going to see Kevin Adams, skill level 4, start things off for the team of Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka. There's a new name. I haven't seen it all
Boom
the years that I've been doing
Shakalaka?
it. No, Boom Shakalaka.
It's from the old, it's from the old Sega game, the basketball game.
Yeah,
NBA
but I
Jam.
mean as far as an APA team.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Boom Shakalaka.
Oh,
All right, we get
there's
ball
not
in
a
the
lot
break.
of boom there. One ball went down, but boy, what a mess we've got right here. Either direction he's going to go here, he's going to have a bit of an uphill battle.
All right, so now we're seeing Chris Mitchell of Boom Shakalaka. Chris is a skill level 7, captain of this team. Boom Shakalaka dressed in the all-black polo shirts. Again, they are out of Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks, remember?
Yep.
We'll see if they're going to rock it today.
They've got kind of an interesting story we'll tell you as we get into this match a little bit more. The Cinco de Mayo doubleheader.
Hey, by the way, do you know where the
margaritas.
largest Cinco de Mayo celebration is?
Pueblo, Colorado, right? Pueblo,
Very good.
Colorado.
How did you know?
Well, if you tuned in earlier to the wheelchair championships, we had lots of factoids. All right, so this is Raymond Ortiz of the Kings of Pool. Brief stay at the table there. Now we'll see Kevin Adams again. Takes a little while for us to get familiar with the players.
Absolutely.
Kevin again, skill level 4.
It's not like doing the pros where you're familiar where they're from, what they like to eat, you know, how they play, how they tend to run out the table. This is all new to us. We meet them for the first time. We've seen them play a little bit throughout the event, but like you said, we apologize if we call the wrong player out once in a while. Till we get to know them a little bit.
All right, now we're going to see Reynaldo Salgado. So we've got a pair of Rays for the Kings of Pool.
Ray and a Ray.
And here on Cinco de Mayo, a little Spanish fact about the Kings of Pool. Ray in Spanish means king.
R-E-Y.
They are the Kings of Pool because both of their names are Ray.
There you go.
So there you go.
I like it. Nice shot.
Oh.
Left a bit of a tester here for Ray. That's kind of easy, though. Let's go with the Ray and Ray. That way we can't mess up those names.
Ray with an E, Ray with an A. This is Ray with an A.
It's going to sit fairly nicely in the pocket there, but I do believe the 5 will pass by the 15. But it's kind of a mess, this rack still.
Both
All balls but one is on one side of the table.
I was going to say both these teams yet to suffer a loss. So once again, a pair of undefeateds.
You know, somebody's going to lose here.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to go away with that championship trophy.
And $5,000.
He just decided to go ahead and make that ball, put his ball in front of the pocket instead. I wonder if that 9-7-13 is available to be a made combination. 14-9-7-13. Oh, well, kept that pocket. I'd be surprised if this was a run-out rack. And this is Kevin come to the table. He's the skill level 4. A lot of these teams will play in a qualifying tournament. Many will play through a session of doubles and then qualifying. And if you go up in skill level after you're qualified locally, you can still continue to play as long as you don't go over 12 total. 10 is to enter the local tournament. If you go up past 12, then your team is going to bust out. But that means also that you're going to be spotting somebody who's a 10. So the two Rays are skill level 10 total. That's why they're racing to 3, and Chris and Kevin are racing to 4.
Chris Mitchell once again at the table.
A lot of it has to do, obviously, with how you play the game, but so much has to do with, so much has to do with how you connect as a team. Pump each other up is the number one thing by far, because you're not going to all of a sudden, if you're a 4, you're not going to be playing like a 6 all of a sudden. So play within your game, but it's how you kind of pump each other up, support each other throughout. That's the biggest thing when it comes to doubles.
So the scratch by Chris Mitchell of Boom Shakalaka gives ball in hand to Raymond Ortiz. He is also a skill level 7.
Good shot there. It's a nice shot on the 10 ball all the way down in the corner. I think that Reynaldo is looking at the 14 instead. And Raymond is scratching his head a little bit. I don't know if he's happy about that or not. But he's not going to take a timeout at this point. There's one timeout allowed per team, not per player.
Right. Brings Mr. Ortiz back to the table. The Kings of Pool, they play out of El Caldero back in Bridgeport. El Caldero.
In Connecticut, yeah. All right, still a lot of work to do here for Chris and Kevin of Boom Shakalaka with that 13 ball sitting right in the corner pocket.
Another look at Kevin Adams here. Talked to Kevin a little bit before the match. He is, Ava, a 3-time cancer survivor. You'll note when he sits down, he's got that hashtag Big Kevin Strong. You can't see it at the moment, but blue shirt that he's got on his chair there. So he said he was just cleared to come out and play in this event by his doctors, or to be able to go to Vegas. So he said, I went out and recruited the best 7 I know in my league to play with me, and here they are. So good for them, and happy that Kevin could make it out here. He said it's been a real challenging time being out here with everything he's got going on, just in terms of energy level, and said he naps quite a bit in between matches as best he can, rests up.
Absolutely, I imagine.
But he is savoring the experience of being out here in Las Vegas at the APA Pool Player Championships.
Smart play here by Chris, and a smart answer on top of that by Reynaldo. When you don't know what to do, you have a hard time making the kick shot, guess what? Tie something up. So Kevin's job now is to just make a ball and then let Chris come up, who's the skill level 7, to come up with some way to solve that 2-10 that's tied up right about here. It's a great opportunity if he wanted to just put the cue ball on the cushion on the end rail. We can see the overhead here real quick. If he puts the cue ball,
there you go.
Yeah, right about here, he can shoot the 7 ball and then go into the 10 and the 2 and break them up. The 6 and the 4 are still on the table, as the 2 ball will be. So he could actually give Chris a shot here. Just have him hit a little bit low on the 7 and he'll go straight into those balls.
This is the first timeout in this first rack for Boom Shakalaka. Again, each team gets 1 timeout per rack. Discussing how to best utilize this ball in hand situation.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and have Kevin make this and give Chris an opportunity to shoot the 6-10-2 combination. The pocket is really big there with the 7 being where it is. So even if the 2 ball comes off the rail a little bit, it's going to slide in off the 7 into the corner.
Chris and Kevin play at a Rookies Sports Bar and Grill back in Cleveland.
Chris's job is not just to make this now, but he needs to make sure that he leaves a shot for Kevin, especially if he taps that 7. And that's going to leave the pocket. Now, what kind of shot is Chris going to get? I mean, Kevin going to get here? Left a bit of a tester. It's kind of a, not a must make here, but I believe that Raymond is up next, and if he is, he should be able to get from the 14 to the 10 or the 10 to the 14 pretty easily. So this is a kind of a pressure shot here for Kevin to walk into. All right, Kevin is going to play defense. He's got to get to the rail. Good job. Now you can see there 14 ball is makeable, but there's not much to look at here to get on this 10 ball. The fact that he kind of made some insurance there to make sure that the 10 stayed very protected. Smart shot there by Raymond.
Should mention our champion from earlier in the day, Ava, David Carr, out of Birmingham, winning the APA Wheelchair Championship.
That was a good match.
Congratulations to him.
That was a really good match.
It was a good
fun
match.
to watch, yeah.
David, a skill level 3, too, which is pretty cool.
You bet.
In an event typically dominated by
Charlie
Charlie Hans,
Yeah.
who is about as good as a 7 as you'll see.
Jeremy suggested it should be a shot clock. You know what? The pressure on these guys, they're all amateurs, not used to playing under these lights. If you've ever played in this arena, it feels like every bit as full of pressure as an ESPN event would. You got people watching, you got tons of people watching at home. So to put the added pressure on these players to have a shot clock, we're not going to do that. It's very rare that it gets a little bit out of line. I mean, there's a tricky situation. We're going to go ahead and give them the time they need to play the game. Pro tournaments, we do have a shot clock, but not here.
Some more defense.
Well, it's a good shot. Long straight in one here for Kevin. He knows that being followed with Chris, who's a skill level 7, all he really needs to do is make it, and Chris is going to be a threat to make that 6 ball, even if it's close to the cushion. Nice stroke.
Very nice.
Well done there by Kevin. Way to come through, and it looks like Boom Shakalaka are going to make the first noise here. Just wants to roll down a little bit, but not get jacked up here behind the 10 is the biggest thing. Oh, smart move. I didn't realize he had as much angle as he did. Cheated the pocket just a little bit and came over for a much better shot for Kevin.
So Kevin
Nice.
Adams pockets the first 8 ball of this match this evening. Boom Shakalaka now on the board. 1 game. Again, they need 4 games before their opponent gets 3. They will have the break. Be Chris Mitchell with the break. And while we got a moment, we're going to hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com. Back for our second rack of the 8-ball doubles championship. Chris Mitchell asks for a slight adjustment to the rack. Requests that of the referee.
Just want to make sure that definitely that the top 3 balls are tight. That can be the difference between kind of a dud rack and one that actually gets the balls moving. The other balls you would prefer they all be frozen, but the top 3 balls, the 1, 12, and 13 in this case, are vital that they are touching. So if one of the balls fell off a little bit, Chris really wanted that to make sure that it wasn't going to be an issue.
So after a powerful break by Chris, Kevin back at the table. Looking to maintain their early momentum in this match. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching the APA 8-ball doubles championship here in Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas.
team of Boom Shakalaka at the table now, and they do have the stripes. We have a stripe going on the break. Not a lot to do here. I think Kevin is going to try to make this 10 ball. That's about the only shot he has. Make a backwards cut.
Kevin asked that we give a shout out to his fiancee, Nicole.
Nice shot, Kevin. Nice shot.
And Chris's wife, Brittany, they also wanted to say hello to, as well as their families and friends back in Cleveland.
Somebody commented earlier while we were having a commercial break on why are they playing so many safeties to get an easy shot. Just shoot already. Well, that's how they're here. Defense is, it's not half of the game, but it is a good third of being successful, whether you're playing 8-ball or 9-ball, especially in 8-ball. You gotta think ahead and where the balls are, what makes sense. If you can't get all the way out, you do not want to stuck with just the 8-ball left and have your opponents with majority of their balls, because they've got you. They can just torture you and play safeties and roll balls, cue ball behind them, and until they have a chance to get out. So defense, big part of every sport, definitely in this game, and especially in 8-ball. Be patient.
Right, that'll bring Raymond Ortiz back to the table of the Kings of Pool. Bridgeport, Connecticut, trailing by 1 game.
Kevin opened up the stripes really good there. They're going to have to get a combination if they get back to the table. But it's kind of a mess with the 3 and the 4 on the other side of the table that the Kings of Pool, Ray and Ray, are going to have to deal with.
Now we'll see Reynaldo Salgado, skill level 3.
What I've seen so far of Reynaldo is it's been coached pretty well by Raymond as far as playing defense. Being a skill level 3, he's going to probably not do much with the cue ball. He might make shots, but where he, you know, where people are missing, even as a 3, you can still think the game, still learn how to look for an easy safety or just pushing a ball into the cushion or whatever. He stroked through that ball and moved the 5 just a little bit, so the referee going to replace it where it was. It's cue ball foul only. All APA matches, we don't have, just like the pros, we don't have guaranteed that we have referees on all our matches. So if you touch an object ball, you know, a lot of it is to avoid arguments, even on a pro level, because if you don't have a referee right there, how do you know if somebody touched, you know, with hair or, you know, your shirt or whatever it is? So you just replace the ball where it is, continue, but you cannot foul the cue ball.
So Mr. Ortiz pockets the 6, but he scratches in the side. It's going to give ball in hand to Kevin Adams once again.
And this could be costly. The 14-9 is a definitely makeable combination. Kevin is not going to go for it now, I wouldn't think. That's a good time for a timeout, yeah.
So while they take a quick timeout, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, we've mentioned our friends at PoolDog.com, our presenting sponsor of all of our live streaming this week, but also the folks at Aramith Billiard Balls. Aramith balls used on all 300-plus tables here at the Pool Player Championships. And then our friends at Action Cues, the official cue of the APA. Of course, we could not have this event without the folks here at the Westgate, Las Vegas, which has been our home for the past week or so, Ava.
And a good home it is, too. They take good care of us
Spend
here.
a lot of nights in this hotel, no doubt about it. Home away from home.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Oh, no.
That is ball in hand for the opponents. That cue
Wow.
ball, he just dropped it on the
Wow.
9-14 there. That could turn out
Oh.
to be a costly mistake.
Yeah, so Kevin,
It
in
happens.
the
It
course of
happens.
the timeout, drops the cue ball right on the object ball and gives ball in hand now to Reynaldo Salgado.
He
That was
knows
an
enough to
interesting
play
save.
defense here. Reynaldo
Reynaldo Salgado.
Salgado. Good name. Just a little tap here. Break those up a little bit. And advantage the kings of pool.
Chris verifying it was his shot in turn because Kevin had dropped the ball without taking the shot. But
exactly.
yeah, we don't see that often.
No,
I mean,
it
I
happens.
don't know that. Yeah, I know it happens,
happens,
but I don't know that we've ever really seen it on the stream.
Not on the
so.
stream, I don't think.
So they'll have to overcome, and I'm sure they've overcome quite a few different things here in this tournament, as most teams that get to the final day have. So
2 rails here. Oh, we almost made it.
Raymond Ortiz back to the table of the Kings of Pool.
Raymond is the higher skill level of this team. He has a 7. He's going to have to come with something here. I'd be surprised, actually, if he played that 4 ball. It's the easier shot, but you still have the 5 and 3 to deal with. They can play a defense later, but yeah, this is the correct shot here, playing this 1. Nice shot. Nice. Well done. Players can converse when they're sitting at the table. They can discuss the weather, or they can talk about what just happened or what might happen in the future. But once the other team is done at the table, then it's time to
stop
conversing.
All right, so Kevin scratches there in an attempt to, I think, get to the 11 ball. And now Reynaldo will have ball in hand. We've seen a lot of ball in hand early in this match so far.
Yeah, a lot of good defensive shots, too. Okay. Reynaldo says it's time to go. I'm going to make this 4 ball and break up the 5 and 3. He's going to have to hit this with some speed, or it's just going to continue to stay a tough situation. Oh, he missed him. Ouch. Ouch.
See how Raymond wants to attack this now.
A good shot here, but a risky shot would be go kick the cue ball into the end rail to hit the 3 softly, just enough of the 3 to hit a cushion, which it probably will regardless. Him being at skill level 7, he should be able to do that, but that's going to just short of guaranteeing his defensive shot. No, he's going to smack it. How about the 4 ball in the corner? No.
When in doubt, smack
5 ball in the corner? No, it didn't happen.
A little surprised by that, huh?
Yeah.
Thought maybe he would go back to a defensive shot.
Yeah, and you know, he could have gone rail first into the end rail and just drifted the cue ball into them, because there was no way nothing's going to hit her cushion. Maybe even broken those balls up and left a really tough shot. Now, definite advantage, boom shakalaka in this situation.
If you're just wrapping up your Cinco de Mayo celebration and hopping online, you're watching live coverage of the APA Pool Player Championships from here in Las Vegas. Tonight we're bringing you the 8-ball doubles championship. Currently at the table, the team of Boom Shakalaka leading this match 1-0, although still needing 3 games because of the handicap race chart.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Another ball
Well,
in
he
hand
put some juice on
situation.
that one, didn't he? Yeah.
I mean, I think we've seen in 2 racks 5, maybe 6 ball in hand.
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe some early nerves, right? When we've talked about that every time we get into the arena.
Yeah, and they've been kind of messy racks on top of it, so. See the payout for the 8-ball doubles championship right there.
5,000 for first, 3,000 for second. As the kings of pool talk things over. The Rays of pool.
The Rays. Ray. That would be another good name for him. Ray. But I like the kings of pool. There you see right there, 768 players in this event.
Wow.
Obviously, the flagship of this particular event here in May is the singles, where it's 15,000 for the winner. This is what we call the alternate kind of divisions that we have, alternate formats. Is doubles, Jack and Jill, team captain championship, those kind of events. But our big flagship is the singles here, and then obviously the big one, the big ones, the 8-ball and 9-ball team championships that we have in August.
The granddaddies of them all.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, it's funny, in Europe, if you make money in most sports, you are considered immediately a professional. So it's a good thing here where we can actually make some money as an amateur and stay an amateur. But these are fun divisions. We have in where we are, we have both an 8-ball and 9-ball doubles divisions that we play every other week, every other Friday, and people have a lot of fun with it. It's even more relaxed than your teams. You know, you have the pressure of the whole team and get everybody together, but a lot of players enjoy playing the doubles. A lot of kind of date night doubles teams that we have.
Reynaldo Salgado here, shooting on the 1 ball. Pocketing the 1 ball.
Uh-oh. Was going to hit the point. It did. Wow.
Narrowly avoids
that was
the
a break.
scratch.
Not only that, but it looked like it was going to be an automatic snooker behind the 14 ball, and it just hit the point to come out, where Ray has a shot at this 8 ball in the corner pocket to tie this match up. Well done.
Raymond Ortiz pockets that 8 in the corner. We are tied at 1 game apiece here. And while we've got a moment, we're going to hear a word from our friends at PoolDog.com.
Every loss is a very valuable lesson that I have taken and utilized from my mistakes to make a better person and a better player of myself and others.
I want to make a shout out to Leo, Jose. Without these guys, man, we all did it as a team, you know.
Jose, holy smokes, I feel bad for him.
Loud in here, folks.
I think so.
Another opportunity for Jose Salas to finish this match off for the World Championship.
And there it is.
There you go, folks. The
Fantastic.
Scorpions, Joliet, Illinois. They are the 2020-2021 APA World 8-Ball Champions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, first of all,
We're a little nervous.
I want to say thank you, God.
Thanks, God.
Thank you,
Thank
APA.
you so much.
And
You're a blessing.
thanks to all my friends, my family, mis amigos, mi familia.
And we
Our
were on a
friends.
mission together as a team, and we became a family. Be consistent, practice, and always listen to the master players, the better shooters. They will guide you and they will lead you. My husband has led me, and I have led him and taught him things.
I also want to say right now, because my kids are watching, Junior, Daniel, we did it, baby. Number one, baby, long shots. We did it. Daniel, look at Daddy's trophy.
And we are here with Veronica Spiro, Joe Colt, Jonathan Pavelski. How are you feeling?
Totally unbelievable. I had no idea.
All right, folks, we are back here at Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the 8-Ball Doubles Championship. Got Reynaldo Salgado at the table breaking here for the team of the Kings of Pool. Nothing on the break there for Reynaldo, so we'll see Kevin Adams once again. The table open.
At this point, I know that Kevin is just going to look for the easiest shot here. Make sure that if it's one side looks better than the other. It's pretty much 50-50 with the 4 and 10 being tied up here, the 5, 6, and 11 up here. Everything is fairly open. Both series of balls has a ball nearby that they can use to break it up. The Stripes has a good one right here with a 9 ball that you can kind of move the cue ball if you get on the right side of the ball to break those open. Chris was checking out the combination there, the 5-6. That's something to work at. Trying to plan out, you know, if you're skill level 7, you try to plan out the whole table to run out. But when you're playing partners like this, you also have to keep in mind that your partner is a 3 or a 4. So, therefore, you may play a bit of a different layout than you normally would if you were playing by yourself, obviously.
Sure. Chris pockets the 2 in the corner. Turns the table over to Kevin.
I don't think it would be a bad thing to consider the combination right now. Obviously, they've got the 11 ball tied up, so you may want to leave that for later. But at the same time, shooting the 1 ball on the side, you're risking a scratch. All right, he's going to shoot the 7 and just play a little bit of a defensive shot. When in doubt.
Defense it out.
Oh, good one. Good one, Jason.
We're still
I like
awake
it.
here.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that one. When in doubt, defense it out.
All right, Ray Ortiz.
All right.
Defensive zone.
2 defensive and smart teams here. They're not going to take any chances. Nothing, you know, if you're playing a team that likes to play offensively, it's going to get under their skin a little bit. So not only is it smart to play it sometimes, but it's also for kind of, it's not poor gamesmanship by any means, but you're kind of frustrating the other team, kind of forcing them to take chances when maybe they shouldn't. But I don't think that's working for either team here because they both play a similar game.
Both teams undefeated thus far in the doubles championship. That will change for one of them here in the next hour or so.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we have another defensive shot coming up here. All right, we're going to have the Kings of Pool coming back to the table here. Reynaldo is going to be faced with this because Chris made the wrong ball there, obviously. But he got the cue ball back down, so solved the problem, left a long, tough shot here for the Kings of Pool. Oh, that's right, he can see this, okay.
Matt Bryson tuning in again.
He is
Mr. Loyal.
What is he? 7 for 7,
Mr.
8 for
Loyal.
8. I love it. I love it, Matthew.
He's our #1 viewer, our #1 fan.
Well, if nothing, yeah, and then if nothing else, he's going to learn a lot because we've had all types of players, all types of skill levels, all types of defensive, offensive. So if you want to make it out here, it's not a bad idea to watch some of these matches on YouTube or on Facebook and get an idea that, wait a minute, these guys are not that much better than I am, so, or playing that more solid than I am, so why are they there and I'm not? Well, I'm telling you, I've watched so many of these. We've done so many of these matches. I watched matches in our local league back in the Carolinas, and defense is the difference. Most people can make balls, but who plays the smartest is who wins normally.
More defense.
Yep. And it's a bit of a chess game.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me that don't play pool, like what is it like? And I say, well, it's kind of a chess game. You got to plan out your run out, but when it's time to go defense and try to protect that queen, then it's a whole different ball game.
Jody, we're not sure who's going to win the 9-ball black tier this year because it's not played till tomorrow.
That's right.
Good news is you haven't missed it. We'll have coverage of our 9-ball shootout starting 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll have 4. Ooh, look at there. We'll have 4 matches.
You just got excited because it was an offensive shot there.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, these guys are not playing for entertainment. They're playing to win. This is all about playing smart, forcing your opponent to make some mistakes, and know that when you leave the table, you didn't do it because you shot a stupid shot. You played a smart defensive shot. That's the ultimate goal, is you leave the table happy, or somewhat happy at least. Well, that's not a bad shot there. By putting that 6 ball there, gives a great opportunity to bump the 1 ball out. See if you actually try to make that or make it. No. Well, if they decide to go offensive here, Chris has a chance. He can shoot rail first on this 6 ball. It's just short of guaranteed if he can even come close to it to making the 6. He can go into the 1. The scary part about that shot, well, he's got the 4 ball there, 5 ball. I don't know. This might be time to go.
Ava, you might have to put on a pot of coffee here. We might be here.
Well, you were saying when we started, you said,
know,
I forgot to get coffee.
We need some caffeine. Might set an all-time record for shots, ball in hands.
Yeah. Neither one of these guys are going to give up here easily. I think he is going rail first here. Nice shot. Didn't quite work out.
See if they take a timeout here. Nope.
I don't think it can hit this 1 ball. Or the 7, so that's going to leave Kevin with the 5 here. Kevin trying to tie up the opponent's balls here a little bit. I think he just got there. So now the Kings of Pool will have to deal with that and with the 10 ball. So they're not going to go aggressive here, at least as from what we've seen. And it's not a good time to go aggressive either. So. Looks like he's playing this combo here, I guess. And again, the less balls your opponents have on the table, the more power you're going to have if you have more on the table. So no harm done. Obviously not a foul, but you don't stay at the table when you make your opponent's ball. All little strategic moves. This is going to be one of those matches. I know it seems slow. I know it's like, come on, shoot. But this is one of those matches, if I were out there and I was trying to learn how to win, I would watch this match right here. Just the little moves that they have made, to be patient until it's time to go. It's not a bad idea to watch this a few times and come up with some little moves that they have made. All right. The team of Boom Shakalaka now has moved all their balls in position, both the 1 and the 5. And I believe the 8 ball will be able to squeeze by that 13 into the corner pocket. So all they need now is a shot. That was actually a really good shot that he made. Getting that out of there. The combination is not available, so Reynaldo says it's time to talk about it. Tell me what to do here. There you go, Ray saying just tap it in there. If you don't get behind it, it's okay. You can just tap it because the best they're going to have is a 5-1 combo. But he wants him to put a little bit of right on it and get behind it. Ooh, baby, how'd you hit it? Nothing better than when you explain to your partner, you know, in a timeout, and they really listen. They don't fight you on it. They don't argue it. They say, okay, and then shoot exactly where it was pointed. And look what Ray ended up doing to Team Boom Shakalaka here. Kevin's got his work cut out for him. He should be able to hit one of these, but it really kept the Kings of Pool in this rack.
That brings Raymond Ortiz back to the table. The Kings of Pool.
They still have some work to do.
Kings of Pool have used their timeout in this rack. Has the Boom Shakalaka? I don't think they've taken a timeout yet.
Wow, I can't remember.
this
I don't think so.
Well, it's a 47-inning rack.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you know.
I don't think so. Obviously, regardless of what happens here, for them to be able to run out, Raymond is going to need an angle here in order to be able to break up the 14 and 15 that are looming large over there. He's almost straight in on this 10 ball, so if they continue to run balls, then it's going to be up to Ronaldo to be able to break up the balls, which is not what you're looking for if you're a skill level 7 and your partner is a 3. We're going to see here if he can go rail first on this one as well. I don't know, or if he can cheat the pocket. No. All right, he's going to... Raymond's going to have to hope that Reynaldo doesn't leave him right there. And you said they already had their timeout
They
just
have taken their
recently,
timeout
so...
in this rack. Plays the same defensive shot or attempts to, but it doesn't work.
He missed the 15 ball. He had to hit it really thin, but it was a tough shot, a good shot what he made earlier, but this time the cue ball was too far away, and he just needed to barely nudge the 15 and missed it. And if that 8-ball passes, this should be all she wrote here. Again, obviously, Phil Tybin just joined us, knowing that we do not put the pressure of a shot clock on these guys in the finals. Pressure is hard enough as it is. Playing in this arena, it's a kind of a pressure cooker here. So we're watching Boom Shakalaka trying to get it 2-1 right there.
8-ball falls for Chris Mitchell. They now need 2 games to secure the 8-ball doubles championship. Their opponents also needing 2 games. And just so you know, Ava, we're on TikTok now. Are you on TikTok?
I am not a
Striking
TikTok.
Viking is not on TikTok?
You know what I did? I kind of drew the line. I'm done with the whole
done?
social media. It's like I
Stopping
feel like
with
every time
Facebook?
I get used to something, they come up with something else.
Okay. All
So,
right.
but I know that
Well, just know APA's on TikTok.
a lot of
so
people are on it. Yes,
hop on there. We got a lot of fun content on there.
I'll have to check it
Yeah,
out.
it's fun stuff.
I have the app.
Good.
I just don't go on it, but now I will.
Be careful. You might get hooked.
Yeah,
You'll be sucked into another social media platform.
I'll get nothing done. Seems like half your life now is social media.
Referee prepares the rack. This will be Kevin Adams this time with the break. His second break of the match.
Kevin, it was a pretty amazing story getting here. You said it at the top of the
Three-time cancer
top of the
survivor,
event. Yeah.
Had to be cleared by his doctors to come out. Gets 2 stripes to fall.
Well, he's got a solid as well, so there's
Yeah.
choice. Definitely want the stripes here. If he can make this ball, the 1 and the 5 makes it a little tougher up there. Obviously, you can use, if you see the overhead here, you can use the 4 ball to break up. If you get over here, you can make the 4 and break them up. So it's not the end of the world that they're tied up. You don't want to risk trying to get the stripes just because that looks better. But either way, the table looks awfully pretty compared to what it did last time. Thank you, Matthew, as we're watching this here. Just see what Boom Shakalaka and Chris is going to decide to do. We do want to give a shout out, and we do that constantly, to the referees who are volunteering here. They're just players from areas around the country that come out and spend, 8-hour shifts or something, that they're standing on their feet
shifts
and
on their feet,
making
high pressure
hit calls. Oh,
situations.
and
Yeah.
some of those hit calls are just brutal.
Yeah, be nice to your referee.
Yes.
Be nice to your
I think most
referee.
players are.
I do too. But I think there's sometimes that there's
Yeah, you always got that one guy,
Yeah.
right? It's a tricky situation here because the 4 ball is the 1 ball you want to leave on the table to break up the 1 and the 5. But either direction you go here, there's no easy shot on the solids. There's no easy shot on the stripes. So I wonder if he's going for a combination here. 12-14 combo, could that be it? Oh, and he almost scratched. All right, well, he's got the series of balls he wanted, but no shot here for Kevin that I can see right offhand. Well, the one thing that Kevin accomplished there was putting that 7 ball in a bit of a mess. Chris can break out the 1 and the 5 here. Oh, that was a bad miss. They're just tying up the table back up again. All the balls are coming down this way. We've seen this. It's where they like it. These guys are fighters. I agree with you, Victor. Table definitely went from pretty to ugly. No, Matthew, nobody went up that we know of. Usually where you see somebody being a skill level 11 or even 12, which is the max you can be here, let's say that you had a qualifying tournament back in, could be a couple of months ago, locally, to be able to come here. So you were a 10 at the time, but in their case, Kevin apparently went up to a 4. So you can still play here. You're just going to have to spot the other teams that are 10. And that is why the race is a 4-3 race here. Or, sorry. Yeah, 4-3 race.
Now a 2-2 race, right?
Now a 2-2 race, correct.
It brings Kevin Adams back to the table.
You guys didn't see it there, but Chris kind of threw his hands up like, man, what are we... Kevin would love to hit the left side of this 9 ball and just tap it and leave the cue ball behind the 15. How did you hit it, Kevin? Well done.
Perfect. Ronaldo back to the table here. Reynaldo.
Be kicking at this. Oh, yeah, could hit the 2. That's another smart play. Interesting to me, though, how this became this rack when it was this open opportunity. But all it takes is you start going into the balls, and you never know. They have a way to kind of get together and hang out the balls when you start running into them. It's one of the first things you learn playing the game of straight pool, 14.1. This is what I started with straight pool, is balls that go in a pocket, don't touch them. Don't run into them, because nothing good usually comes out of it. So just kind of try to find the path around it. And I agree with Jim Miklos. It's very difficult. It's a lot easier, obviously, to figure out what people are going to do in 9 ball other than the path, how to get to the next one, or maybe play a defensive shot. But in 8 ball, everybody's got their own way of playing. And from watching different skill levels throughout the years that I've had an APA league and we've been doing commentary, it really has to do with what skill level you are as well, what you're capable of. Can you draw the cue ball with some reverse spin to come around, or do you take a different path because you just want to make sure you make as many balls as you can and hope that you're there to shoot the 8 in the end. So same thing with defensive shots. Everybody has a different style and a different plan. Unless you're looking at 2 sevens or 2 pros with an open table, it's very difficult to know kind of what people prefer and how they prefer to play or run out.
Ray Ortiz back at the table here. Raymond is the anchor of the Kings of Pool, skill level 7.
They're in a good situation here. It's much trickier for the Boom Shakalaka team with the 10 and 12 tied up here. And look where the 15 ball is. So obviously being at the table is an advantage for the Kings of Pool, but it's not an easy situation if Boom Shakalaka gets back to the table.
Softly drops that 3 in the corner. Take a timeout here and talk this over. Raymond and Reynaldo, the Kings of Pool. Short conversation.
I think that Raymond just wants him to be able to see this one ball, and he can shoot a thin cut shot or, oh, nice shot. Just hit low on the ball, buddy. Just low on the ball, and it'll come backwards, or I'll shoot a bank shot if I have to.
Raymond pockets the 1 in the corner.
A little short.
Reynaldo will be
That's a good
shooting
shot.
on the 8 ball here. Ava, he pockets this 8 ball. They are suddenly on the hill.
I know
this
it.
Match has seemed paced very slow.
They played a
it's a
good,
race to
smart
3
run
for
here.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
See if Reynaldo can finish off this rack with this 8 ball.
And he did.
Got it.
All right, on the hill now.
8 ball drops for Reynaldo Salgado. Raymond Ortiz will have the break here. And the Kings of Pool are 1 rack away from victory.
Right.
Boom Shakalaka still needs 2. We are now tied at 2 games apiece. Referee prepares the rack. Raymond thinking if there was ever a time for the 8 on the break,
Please.
this is it.
Well, that's a good. I haven't seen this one. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
There we go.
I like it.
Cinco de Mayo.
Caracas.
All right, Ray Ortiz, let's see what you got. All
Well,
right.
managed to make something on the break.
Is that the 4-ball on the side?
So shot available on the 5 in the side here.
Katie's asking why the payout for doubles is so low. We consider it to be pretty high. I don't know that there's any other doubles event that has that kind of a payout.
No,
but it's
no.
not similar to, say, the team event because, there are not nearly as many doubles, teams out there as there are 8-ball or 9-ball.
No, and
teams,
sometimes
so
it's just 4 teams in the league area getting together and playing for it. And so very few leagues, comparatively speaking, to
run
most
doubles,
other, yeah.
A lot of times they're just qualifying through tournaments. But
Exactly.
nevertheless, $2,500 a player, and again, we'll put our payouts up against anybody you
Yes.
want. So we think they are quite good. Sorry if you don't agree, but
No, but it's like we say, the kind of the alternate formats, if you will. Ladies, doubles, a lot of these formats, what I love about the APAs, the league operators have asked APA for them. Like the captain's tournament. We say, you know what, we so appreciate our captains that deal with the team, week in and week out and everything else. Let's have an event. Is that okay? And somehow you guys found the space, the crew, Bill Tufts and his crew found the space to have the team captain tournament come up. And I'm sure that's how the doubles and ladies, everything else through the times came up.
Well, and you got to remember, there's $5,000 that goes to the top team, but there's payout that goes all the way down to the top 25% of
Right.
the field. So I think the total payout is, I don't know, 40,000 probably, somewhere in there.
Right.
I'm sure we got a graphic somewhere that shows that. Maybe.
Well, in the event guide too, it
There we
really
go. Well,
shows it all
the
out.
breakdown. I was looking for the actual total payout of
Yeah.
the event. That's
Oh,
all right.
wow.
We'll get back to
All
the
you have to do
action
is
here.
ask, apparently.
There we go. Chris Mitchell playing a safety once again.
Here we go again.
We'll take a timeout here.
A little surprising to me. Normally, when you have a 7 and a 3 playing together, they normally do not take a timeout this early in the rack. There's a lot of pool left. Looking at the 2 and 9 and, just kind of trying to figure out, I understand it, but to take their one timeout this early is a little bit surprising to me.
All right, 38,400 paid out in the 8-ball doubles. So again, I'll put that amount up against pretty much anybody out there. So, all right, pockets the 3 in the corner. And I understand the question, though, because they're talking, comparing it to like the singles program, which is the 8-ball classic 9-ball shootout. But you have to remember how much more difficult the qualifying and the, you know what I'm saying, as Ava mentioned, in the local league. Sometimes you just have to win a local tournament to get the spot for doubles.
Right.
Whereas, the singles program is structured a little differently. So I know that people don't fully understand that because they're not on the back end of the business. But
right.
There is a rhyme and a reason to it, I promise. As Reynaldo Salgado dissects the table here.
Nothing's going to hit a cushion here.
Ooh.
All right. Ball's still tied up. Wonder if that 11-9, if that 9 ball can go off the 1 in the side. I mean, in the corner. I think it can. This wouldn't be a bad play now or later if they don't feel comfortable that they're going to run out from here. Obviously, that 2 ball is well guarded in case they don't get out.
Somebody had asked about why the format for the events out here is not true double elimination. We play what's called modified single elimination. And that is because
3 weeks is a long
you'd be
time
out
to
here
be out
way
here.
too long.
Yeah.
Just too many teams, too much time. So you're guaranteed with the single, modified single, guaranteed to play at least twice, not necessarily to lose twice. Kind of depends on when you lose.
Yeah, and having to be excited about losing twice is not really the mindset you want to have when you get in a tournament. What's nice about it is that unless you get a bye, you're kind of guaranteed there to play a couple of times just to kind of make sure that you get warmed up. And if you run into a team that's really fortunate or plays really good, whatever it is, we go through the same thing in the pros. At a certain point, it's very rare, almost never, that there's, let's say, a double final. You play down to a certain point of the tournament, the final 16, final 8, 4, or the final, and then it's, you know, do or die. You've had plenty of chances to quote-unquote lose.
Yeah.
But it's more about getting into the tournament, and I mean, most sports are single elimination. It was interesting when I was working running the WPBA, was the president of the Women's Association, and start talking to other sports, trying to figure out how we can sell it, how we can deal with television and everything else, to find out that, wow, other than like, I think it's, what do they say, college baseball, everything, every other sport is single elimination. Occasionally there's a couple that do like a round robin, but it's usually a single elimination of best so many out of so many, but there is no, in baseball, in football, in tennis, there is no such thing as you get to lose twice kind of thing.
Right.
It's just something that's been around pool for a really long time.
Right. Kevin Adams pockets that ball in the top corner, brings Chris Mitchell back.
Let's see if he can come with something. I'm not sure what he's going to do here now. Got to take care of your partner. Kevin, his partner is a skill level 4, so you want to make sure that you play what you're capable of, and at the same time leave something for Kevin that is makeable. And as you can, I'm sure you have noticed already, the 6 and 8 are tied up still. An aggressive player here would try to do something about that. No. When in doubt, hit a ball into the rail. That's the game of 8-ball. Yep.
Ray Ortiz back to the table quickly.
He did not want to mess with the 6-ball. That's kind of a guard there. You couldn't get to the 2, so this is going to be a while here trying to figure out who's going to outsmart who or outlast who. Sometimes it's just about who's got the most patience, but like we said earlier, both of these teams play a very patient game. They're in no hurry to get out of here. They will fight till somebody falls down. There you go. There's another one. Trying to force the team of the Kings of Pool to break up something so they have something to work with for them, for Boom Shakalaka to break out that 6 and 8 and take off running. So here we go. See if he's going to kick at this. I can't see him kicking hard though. Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, and he got it.
He does, but now it's opened up. Now here's the opportunity that Chris and Boom Shakalaka has been looking for. Not a great angle to break them up, but can create something. A lot of this too, Jason, has to do with who's up. You know, if it's Chris got to keep in mind that Kevin may not be able to play the shot that you need to break out the balls. And do we want to go for it now? Should we wait? And again, that is the issue when you're playing
Dynamic of doubles.
partners.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The alternate shot.
It's usually different if there's 2 5s playing, let's say, or 2 4s playing. They have a similar game. But here you got to make sure you take care of your partner if you're the stronger player.
Raymond wanted to make sure we said hello to his wife, Keisha.
Hello,
and his
Keisha.
daughters following along back home. And Eddie Salcero, who apparently has helped them with their wardrobe for this finals match. Apparently they were not expecting to be playing in Pool Dog Arena in this event, and they did not pack accordingly. A little bit different dress code when you get into to Pool Dog Arena with all the video and photography.
I love that you
We could
guys have
dress it up a little
some
bit.
clothes in the back, just in case. Just
Yeah.
in case. A few different sizes. I love it.
What do you think, Ava? Are we going hill here?
I would not surprise me, but I don't know it's going to happen quite yet. If the team of Boom Shakalaka right here had the solids, I think they were going to go for the 2 and break up the 6 and 8, but we'll see if they can get there. Oh, that turned out to be a perfect angle here for Chris stepping in, shooting this combination. And as he's shooting the 14, he can bump that, really go into the 6 and 8. See if he can release that. But it's also a chance, because if they don't go all the way, he's also broken up the issues for their opponents.
Timeout now here for Chris and Kevin. Not often you see the 7 at the table and the 3 come in for a timeout, is it? I mean, that's kind of a rarity.
Yeah, but the one thing you can do here is you can talk about, if I do this and this happens, what do you think? I'm taking a chance.
Yeah.
Should we go for it now? The other option I could do and kind of have it, they are a team, so I don't think he's looking for advice from Kevin, but it's more about what do you think here? This is what could happen if I go for it and it doesn't work. We could blow it here. What do you think?
Yeah, he wants buy-in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. If it doesn't go right, things could go bad.
Are you good with this?
Yes, exactly. All right. It appears they are hopefully on the same page here.
No, we're going, well, would love for him to see to make that, but they're going defense. Forcing their opponents to try to push to do something, hit that 6 ball. The fact that they have the 12 ball hanging in the pocket, I wouldn't be surprised here if he just
I think he's
taps the
checking to
cue
see if
ball.
they-
I mean, he doesn't want to mess with that 6 because they're out. Unless he hits it so softly that he knocks it in a little bit to the 14, just barely hits the cushion after contact with the 6.
I was watching Raymond Ortiz was asking the official if they still had a timeout, which they do not. So he would have liked to have had one there, but
Yeah, and that is probably all she wrote. So all that work that they did there paid off. The smart move by Boom Shakalaka not to go for it. You can see now 13 is open, 14 is open, 11 is on the rail, 8 ball goes in the side pocket. So the key shot is here if Kevin can shoot the 13 and come up on the 11 and give an angle for Chris to get to the 14.
both teams, excuse me, both teams have now used their timeout for this rack.
All right, so he did
Watch out.
get on the 11. He's okay. It's a bit of an angle, but he's still going to be okay to draw it back up. It's not a perfect situation because a shot on the 8 is not guaranteed because he can't get straight in or the angle where he's going out away from the 8. Well, that's where he wanted to be. Great position play. He's rolling his
Yeah, he
eyes.
doesn't seem thrilled, but that's what he wanted.
I think he's worried about the position he's going to get here on the 8. And there's no more conversations to be had. There's no more timeout.
That's the worst, too, when you just want to tell your teammate something so
Yeah.
important. Mental telepathy.
Who went up in skill level here? I'm going to answer a question while they think about this. We don't know. We don't know if Chris went from a 6 to a 7 or Kevin went from a 3 to a 4. That would have almost guaranteed happened in their local area from the time they qualified for this event, probably a couple, 2-3 months ago.
I'm guessing it was Kevin that went up
Yeah.
because he did mention that, you know.
Oh, he was
when
looking for
yeah,
a
he
good
wanted the best
7,
7
right?
he could find.
Oh,
All right,
that
he
was
got
good.
He got it. Chris will shoot on the 8 here. And as you might have expected, we go hill in this
And this is
8
the
ball
one.
doubles championship. We are now One game away for both of these teams from victory. Chris and Kevin. Kevin will actually have the break here. Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
One final game to decide it all.
You're asking about the players from Japan. My guess would be, and you may know this, Jason, but that has a lot to do with COVID as far as travel and
Yeah,
league.
I
Their league
think
was shut down completely. So
I think the league is, the Japanese league is back in play.
Are they?
JPA.
Okay.
It's not been very long that they've been back.
no, not at all.
But obviously they've not made it here yet, back to Vegas yet. But hopefully in the near future, because we do miss the Japanese players. I know.
So classy.
I know
and
the
sweet.
teams. A lot of teams that end up playing the Japanese players. Sometimes they bring them little trinkets and souvenirs, and so it's kind of a unique experience to be able to play the teams from Japan. So we do have a quick bathroom break here. While we do that, we're going to hear a quick word from our friends at PoolDog.com. All right. Bathroom break over. Rack prepared. Kevin Adams, boom shakalaka at the table. One game away from victory for both teams here. 2 ball falls.
One of
solid and a
each.
stripe, yeah.
One of each. Here we go again. Open table, and this time, as opposed to the last time, there was a pretty open table like this. There is not just a shot for Chris to look at, but there are options. He could just take his picks. Obviously, the solids look better because of the cluster over there. Five balls, very makeable. This could be actually amazingly enough. I know it's hard to believe, but this could
Be a run out?
be a run out. I just jinxed it, didn't I?
Ooh. Well, that would certainly be a different theme than what we've seen thus far in this match, which has been quite the defensive battle.
Oh, I just heard that the guy asking, do you know the 2 states APA is not in? Said for
That's a good question. I feel like we are in South Dakota. South Dakota and Hawaii just reopened.
So we're down to South Dakota.
South Dakota. Our Hawaii league was one of the, I think the last league to open from COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
Just a few weeks ago.
I think Dante, who ran it there, kind of wanted to get back to the mainland too, and he's a good guy. He was in training with me when I first took over the league where we are.
Dante Gallardo.
Yeah. All right, so here it is. Back to the game here. If he can make this 4 ball is what Chris is wanting. For Kevin to make the 4, just come out just a little bit. That way he can have the 6 in the side pocket. Then the 5 and the 8. We're going to see if they can pull it off. It's very doable.
Timeout has been taken by Boom Shakalaka. 1 timeout per rack. Here goes the 4.
That is almost perfect. Chris would have loved it for it to go about another 3 inches, but it's fine. I had a feeling this is going to result in Chris having to take a bit tougher shot. Just need to really slow roll this. And hope the 6 makes it all the way to the pocket. It's a little firm. Oh boy, he left a toughie.
All right.
He's jacked up. This is Kevin's time to shine. He's a little bit jacked up over here over the stripe ball. You can see it there.
Big
on the
shot
overhead.
here for
It's hard to
Kevin
see,
Adams.
but he is up,
Big
hitting
shot.
down on the ball.
Got it.
Oh boy.
Did he go
Oh
too
boy.
much? Nope.
No, and I bet you this is it. I think we're going to have a winner. That was a quick ending
Yeah,
to
it
a long
was.
match there. Yeah.
Chris Mitchell now shooting on the 8 ball. Don't commentate or curse it.
I'm not saying a word.
This would be a break and run for Boom Shakalaka. Chris Mitchell can pocket this 8, $5,000 richer. And they are
And there
taking
it is.
the title back to Cleveland, Ohio, folks. Boom Shakalaka with the victory here in the 8-ball doubles championship. Congratulations to them.
Talk about a fight, huh, Jason?
Absolutely, absolutely. And our runners-up, the Kings of Pool, great run for them. They're taking home $3,000. We'll see if we can get a quick word in with our new champions as they congratulate their opponents on a great tournament.
Can I have you for an interview?
Grab these guys real quick in case you'll take it away.
Awesome. Test, test. Hey, guys. Moment of embrace here for a minute. Hey guys, it's Casey. I am here at the APA Pool Player Championships, winner of the 8-ball doubles. Boom Shakalaka. How are you guys feeling right now?
Emotional, tired. Boom shakalaka.
Very emotional right here. So, you know, without me crossing too many borders, but I saw the Kev Strong. So could you tell us a little bit about that and your journey getting here today?
So I've had cancer 3 times. I'm in remission right now, and my doctors didn't let me come during COVID for the team event. And then they switched all my treatments around so I could come this time. And then I called him the day of the qualifier tournament, and I was like, hey, I got the green light to go, and we won it and came.
It's amazing. It's amazing feeling that you guys are here right now. And, you know, we saw in the comments a lot of your supporters back at home saying hashtag Kev Strong. Do you have any shout-outs that you want to give to anyone watching at home?
Yeah, my fiance Nicole, Harold Keel, the best league operator ever. Everybody who supports me, who bought a hoodie, who bought a bracelet for me, who came to my fundraisers, my doctors at the Cleveland Clinic, they're lifesavers. Yeah, never.
Yeah, I give a shout out to my wife also for watching. Harold also for running the league. Thank you, buddy.
So it was a really intense match, hill, and you guys, you know, worked a lot with each other to take timeouts, talk things through. What were your kind of like emotions and nerves going through all of this tonight under the big stage?
Oh, it's absolutely the biggest difference is the table. You know, we play on those tables out there.
The table's very fast.
You know, those are beat up and used tables. And to come in here, that was the biggest change. The balls are different. The cloth's different. Everything. We messed up a couple times. He dropped a cue ball the second game or
Yeah,
something.
I was almost a Butterfinger meme. I'm still going to be the meme.
He said it was all slippery or something. That was huge.
Yeah, the ref like licked it.
But, yeah, the table really, the atmosphere doesn't bother me. It was really just adjusting from the table and the balls, the biggest difference how they play. That was the biggest adjustment.
And we woke up feeling dangerous. I'll just say that.
Sure. Well, it's a great accomplishment that you guys have achieved here, and great example of teamwork and relying on each other. And it's an amazing journey that you guys have had so far. So congratulations again, and enjoy your winnings. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Cleveland rocks.
There you have it,
They
folks.
did today.
Cleveland, Ohio, representing here in the 8-ball doubles championship. An emotional story there. We heard from Kevin Adams, cancer survivor. What a day for him. What a day to celebrate. You all right? You're choked up there, Ava. My partners. Yeah. All right, folks. So that is it for this evening here at Pool Dog Arena. We will be back bright and early tomorrow. Not too early, 11 a.m. Pacific. That is 2 p.m. for those of you on the East Coast, and we will have 4 tiers of our 9-ball shootout So come back and join us tomorrow here on the APA Facebook page. Thanks for tuning in.